Hello and welcome to another video. What is the most complex Chinese character? When it comes to the character with the greatest number of strokes and the greatest number of elements I was able to find, it is this character, which is pronounced do, with 341 strokes. It supposedly means impossibly complex pictogram-based writing system that takes a person 1,000 years to learn. This character, however, should not count in my opinion for a number of reasons. The only reference to it I was able to find was on the Uncyclopedia website, which is a website where you can, and I quote, discover, share, and add your best comedic writing. So thaw is thus very probably just a recently invented character invented for fun, where the author took several very complicated existing and non-existing characters, added them together, added a few non-standard strokes, called the character daw, gave it the meaning I mentioned earlier. The most complex real character, on the other hand, a character that was not invented for fun and with real historical usage, would have to be taito, with 84 strokes. Its meaning is the appearance of a dragon in flight. This is, however, a character which only exists in Japanese, and since we are talking about Chinese characters, this one, in my opinion, shouldn't count either. When looking for the Chinese character with the greatest number of strokes used in Chinese today, we actually have a tie. Both of these characters consist of 64 strokes. The one on the left means to talk a lot, to chatter away, and is pronounced zhe. The character on the right is pronounced zheng, but I wasn't able to find what the character means. The problem with these characters is that according to some sources they fell out of use around the 5th century CE, are thus very rare today, and even though they contain a large number of strokes, they are not very complex because they are both only made up of one element repeated 4 times. We thus need to continue our search. Maybe some of you have seen this character. It is pronounced biáng, and it is the name of a type of noodles from the Shaanxi province called biáng mian. This character contains a total of 58 strokes, and with 11 different elements is much more complex than the previous 2 characters I showed you. The problem with this character, however, is that the word biáng and the character itself is dialectal and cannot be found in standard Chinese dictionaries, and since the 84-stroke Japanese character didn't count because of this either, this one probably shouldn't count as well. The most complex modern Chinese character used in Chinese, found in standard Chinese dictionaries, which is at least somewhat frequent, thus has to be nang, with 36 strokes. It means to have a stuffy nose. Some would, however, argue that the character is still quite rare, and that there are other ways people usually say to have a stuffy nose in Chinese. We thus have to continue our search again. The most complex modern Chinese character used in Chinese today, found in standard Chinese dictionaries, which is very frequent, thus probably has to be yu, which means to appeal to beg, to implore, with 32 strokes. The problem with this character is that it is written this way only in traditional Chinese. In simplified Chinese, it is written like this. We thus need to continue our search and look for the most complex, frequent, modern, simplified Chinese character. The most complex, frequent, modern, simplified Chinese character used in Chinese today, found in standard Chinese dictionaries, is probably quan, with 23 strokes, and its meaning is cheekbones. So as you can see, the question is actually a bit more difficult to answer than I thought, because there are really quite a few ways you can look at this. Finding the most complex Chinese character is actually very similar to trying to find the longest word in English. It all depends on how narrow you make your search. You can ask yourself questions like, do we look for frequently used words, or do rare words count as well? Are we looking for modern English words, or do Old English words count as well? Do we only consider words used in Great Britain, or do English words used in the US, Australia, South Africa, and so on count as well? Do we only consider real words, or do we consider invented words too, and so on? So just to review, this is the overall most complex, invented, or fake character I could find with 341 strokes. It is pronounced do and means impossibly complex pictogram-based writing system that takes a person 1,000 years to learn. This is the most complex Chinese character used only in Japan with 84 strokes. It is pronounced taito with the meaning, the appearance of a dragon in flight. These are the two most complex Chinese characters used in Chinese earlier in history but not used today with 64 strokes. The one on the left is pronounced zhe, and its meaning is to talk a lot, to chatter away. The one on the right is pronounced zheng, but unfortunately I wasn't able to find its meaning. This is the most complex modern Chinese character used in Chinese today, which is however not found in standard dictionaries with 58 strokes. It is pronounced biáng, and it represents the biáng noodles from Shaanxi province. This is the most complex, not very frequent, but still kind of frequent modern Chinese character used in Chinese today, found in standard Chinese dictionaries with 36 strokes. It is pronounced nang, and it means to have a stuffy nose. This is the most complex, very frequent modern Chinese character used in Chinese today, found in standard Chinese dictionaries with 32 strokes. It is pronounced yu. It means to appeal, to beg, to implore. And finally, this is the most complex, very frequent, simplified modern Chinese character used in Chinese today, found in standard Chinese dictionaries with 23 strokes. It is pronounced quan, and it means cheekbones. So there you have it. This was my take on the most complex Chinese characters. If you know of any Chinese characters that fit the above mentioned selection rules and are more complex than the characters shown in this video, please leave a comment. If you'd like to learn more about Chinese characters from a scientific point of view, make sure to check out my other channel dedicated to Chinese characters. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.